tell you what, you would not believe that it is early May, like middle of spring, I suppose. I mean, it's now 10 to 8 in the morning, so I get that it's still early, but it is so cold. Okay, what's going on? A lot of stuff's going on, really busy, and there's two videos going on at the minute. One is a gym video and another one is a physique video. So I've spent the last few months eating what I want, doing what I wanted, and as a result I've got in probably, I would say, average shape from what was good shape. So today's a physique update. I'm going to talk you through how I'm going to get back in shape. I'm going to do 10 weeks of training, at the end of which I'm hoping to be back down to my lean weight of 72 kilos, currently weighing in at, I think, 79-ish, so about a 7 kilo loss, and here's a true and honest physique update. Whew. Okay, starting point, week 0. I will put up my calories and macros and everything in another video, but let's see where we go from here. Okay, so I'm going to run you through how I'm going to calculate my macros and food and diet. So you've seen the weigh-in, which was, I think it was 79.1, I think. So I'm gonna flick to that. You've had the physique update. I'm gonna do about 8 to 10 weeks, and I'm gonna aim for about an 8 kilo weight loss, I think, just for a number of reasons that I've gone into previously. So flick over to the calculator, and I'll show you how we work through this and how we get the figures for our calorie requirements, and then subsequently how you sort of track those and work with that over the next few weeks. Today's been a kind of a rough guide day, sort of in and around about 1800 calories, but I've done some exercise, so I'll probably have a protein shake later. So let's have a look at that. So when we're looking at putting in, this is just calculate that I use. So I put in my weight, my height's in there in centimeters, age 33, I think that's what I am, and then you've got activity level. So you've got sedentary, so if you're at a desk job, you're not really moving, through to like extremely active, like if you're a performance athlete, which would be a 1.9. So I've actually marked myself down as at the minute, I'd probably say I'm actually at 1.2 to 1.3, I would say, lightly active 1 to 3 days a week. But throughout this, I want to actually get to about a 1.4. So I'll put 1.4 in, which then calculates your BMR and your daily calorie requirement. So it's saying, for me, roughly, it should be 2,388. Now, there's no set way to do this. There's no specific way to actually look at it and say, yeah, they are my calories, without actually calculating it, but it gives you a ballpark figure. I'm going to create a 500 calorie deficit. Yeah, you know, I also am going to account for the fact that if I do exercise on top of that, I'll be able to consume more calories. So 500 calorie deficit, and then so my calorie goal is 1,888 per day, and if I do that over 10 weeks and stick to that, on average, then I should probably be at about 72 to 73 kilos, I would expect. Now I'm going to have to add in some cardio, and more cardio probably towards the end. So I'm going to do carb cycling. So 2 days I'm going to have high carb days, and 5 days I'm going to have low carb days, because that's just what I found works best for me in the past. So if you look here, my low carb days are going to be a 25, 40, 35 split against fat, carbs and proteins. My high carb days, I'm going to bring my carbs up to 50, and my proteins are going to remain quite high at 30, but my fats are going to drop. So that's going to be the main thing there. So again, you can put it all together in any way you want. I'm probably going to have Saturdays and Wednesdays as my high carb days, and then the other days will be low or normal carb days. So they're the figures that I've got. That's how you calculate it. This is actually on the website, so if you want to download it and you want to put in your own figures to calculate your own macros, then go ahead, download that and do that. The next video is really just going to be about progress. I'll do weekly updates on how we're getting on, where we're up to, and the other key thing that I did 2 years ago that I didn't do last year was do the body fat calipers, which I really want to do. Whether it's entirely accurate or not, I don't know, but I still think it's a good measure. You know, if you're consistently measuring three different folds within your body fat. So yeah, that's going to kickstart off the program. You've got the physique update, you've got the weight, and we are pretty much ready to go. Right guys, checking back in. It's another day now, and I'm about to purchase my supplements, which, as you know, when I get on a cut and when I get on a diet, or even when clients used to, I always used to recommend, people used to say, do you need whey protein? Do you need this, that and the other? And I always used to say, well, you don't necessarily need it, but what it does, it facilitates you being able to not overindulge and eat on foods that you know are not healthy for you. So this is what I tend to get when I'm doing like a supplement run, like I am doing for the next however many weeks. So my protein's a good source. I use Matt Does Fitness, it's Matt35 code actually for that. So I get some CLAs, some Thermopure, which I don't always get, but I'm going to get that. Protein granola, just really nice, goes in your food, just makes it taste quite nice. Some crisps, which seem to cost me nothing at the minute, strange. Protein pancake mix, just sometimes I'm craving something a little bit sweet. Protein chocolate, the protein waters are really good because nice and refreshing on the journeys, doing lots of travelling and stuff. So all that's come to sort of £74, you know, had some discount stuff on there, so that's good. The second thing that I do is looking at Amazon, and I go and buy loads of Tupperwares, just ones that I can dispose of. It's not the most environmentally friendly, if I'm being honest, but that's one of the other things that really limits, I suppose, your eating out, is making sure that you've got adequate storage in containers to pack your food, make sure they're cold and stuff, particularly if you're like me, you're out on the road all the time. And then lastly, what I'm going to do, if I can view this basket, I'm going to do a muscle food order. Now, I like muscle food. I've done a full review on it in the past, and this is some of the stuff that I'm going to get. So carb killer bars, the cheapest. I mean, they should actually be $12.99, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And then you've got, I've got some cheese, some egg whites, pork scratchings and things like that, some little rice cakes. So that's what I'm going to eat, all high in protein, low in fat, because fat is something that I really struggle with in my diet. Out of all the macronutrients, I always crave high fatty foods. I'm going to get some peanut butter in addition to that on the food shop, and that concludes my, I suppose, starting stack for getting shredded.